Hi everyone, Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome! This channel is for Japanese learners of English. Kiyomo shadowing no lesson wo yadakimashou. Listen to today's real native conversation. Focus on the rhythm and shadow along. Practice daily to master tango, bunpao, hatsuan, and rhythm. Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Zehi. Channel no toroku wo onegai shimasu. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Ever felt that sinking feeling when things don't go as planned? You know, that, oh man, that's a bummer feeling. Well, today we're breaking down all the ways to say I'm disappointed in English. And trust me, there's a bunch.
Yeah, it's not just about that one phrase, is it? I mean, we've all been there, right? Expecting one thing and getting another.
Totally. And the way we express that disappointment really depends on the situation. Like, are we talking about a business deal gone wrong? Or a friend who bailed on plans?
Exactly. The tone changes too, right? You might use a very direct, maybe even slightly stern, I am disappointed in one context, and something much lighter and casual in another. So let's start with the basics, I guess?
Sure. I'm disappointed is like the classic, right? Straightforward, everyone understands it. But where else can we take it?
Okay, so for something pretty mild, you could say, that's disappointing. It's like a softer way of saying, that's not ideal.
Right, less personal, more about the situation itself. What if you want to say you were really expecting something better, though?
Then, I had higher hopes is a good one. It shows that you're expecting more. Maybe you feel that someone or something fell short of your expectation.
Yeah, it suggests you're not just disappointed, but maybe surprised, too. What about when it's like a real letdown?
I'm let down, or that's a letdown works. It really emphasizes how your expectations weren't met. It implies that you were relying on something or someone, and it just didn't happen.
And that can be a pretty strong feeling, right?
Oh.
So how can we add even more emphasis to it?
I'm really disappointed about this. Just brings up the intensity. You're not just slightly bummed, you're genuinely feeling it.
Makes sense. What about if it's more about the outcome being unexpected, not just the feeling of sadness?
Then you could use, this is not what I expected.
Yeah.
It's a bit more factual, highlighting that there was a disconnect between your expectation and reality.
So that's more about a surprise or unexpected outcome than just straight up disappointment?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, this wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's just bad, it's that it's not what you were anticipating.
Cool. So we've got a range of ways to express that feeling. How about throwing some scenarios into the mix?
Okay, let's start with something a bit casual. Your friend promised to come to your party and then bailed at the last minute.
Ouch, okay.
You could say, I'm disappointed that you didn't come to my party. Or maybe a less intense, I was kind of let down you couldn't make it.
Yeah, makes sense. You could also go with the I had higher hopes there, expressing you were looking forward to hanging out with them.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Now let's think of a business situation. Say your team promised to finish a project, but it's not up to the mark.
Okay, that's a big one.
In that scenario, you might say, I am disappointed with the outcome of this project. Or, I had higher expectations for this, to be honest.
Right. More direct, focused on the professional aspect and less on the feeling. And maybe even, this is not what I expected from the team.
Exactly. You could even say, that's disappointing. If you want to be firm, but without a lot of emotion. Now, what about a slightly different flavor of disappointment?
Like what?
Like if someone fails to do something that was expected of them. You could say, I'm very disappointed in you. It really shows your personal disappointment with the person as actions or their behavior.
I see. So it's not just about the result, but the person who didn't meet the mark. That's a pretty serious one, though.
Yeah, it carries more weight for sure. So it would be important to use it carefully depending on your relationship with that person.
Okay, so lots of different ways to express disappointment based on the context.
Exactly. From the super casual, that she's disappointing, to the more serious, I am very disappointed in you. It's all about choosing the right words for the situation and who you're talking to.
And I guess it's also important to remember that tone matters just as much as the words themselves.
Absolutely. Even a simple, I am disappointed, can sound completely different based on how you say it. So it's about choosing the right phrase and delivering it appropriately.
Makes total sense. So whether you're dealing with a minor letdown or a major disappointment, now you have a bunch of ways to say it.
Yeah, and hopefully this helps you express yourself more clearly the next time you're feeling a little doodahed out.
Alright, we've finished today's lesson. How did you find it? 理解できない部分はありませんでしたか? Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Please let me know your 感想 or request in the comments. ぜひチャンネルの登録をお願いします. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. See you next time. Bye bye.